Oh. Hello. We're gonna do the rears today.
Yay!
Well, we're already set up, so yeah, let's get right into it, right?
Yeah.
So we're gonna go ahead and take off the caliper, which is similar concept to the front. So we already got a 17 on it. So go ahead and take this guy off. Oh, you're learning.
There you go.
All right.
There you go.
Okay, and then the top one. There you go.
Ready off.
Yeah, you can just slide the caliper out now. All right, and now we can slide this rotor off. There you go. The whole thing comes right out. Okay, so do you see, this is the hub, of course, that holds the wheel in place. And do you see those 4 bolts at the end of it? That's like a butterfly kind of thing.
Yeah.
Those come in from the back of the knuckle, because the rear also has the knuckle, and they kind of go in and hold it in place. So we got to go in from the back and take out those 4 bolts, and then we're home free. I'm gonna go ahead and take off the axle nut. Nice. All that work for this stupid little thing.
Yep.
And then this should just slide right out. And now we can finally take the nut off. You gotta hold it on there for a while. There you go. Okay, so I took the liberty of breaking all of these bolts for Rizza because it kind of sucked, not gonna lie.
Yep.
I don't want Rizza's Rizza to get too hurt, so making her life a little easier. That's 1. That's 2. You can just pull this out, hopefully. Try smacking it with the hammer again. Just so you can break off all that surface rust. I think it's just going to be a matter of smacking this off until it goes.
What are you gonna do?
We could spray it with something. So after 8 hours of hammering, nothing's going loose. So we got some PB Blaster, and we're gonna go ahead and spray the inside there so that it kind of breaks the seal for us, the rusty seal. So go ahead and go crazy with it. Yeah, all in there. We're gonna go ahead and let that sit for a little bit.
It smells so good.
You think so?
Yeah.
I love it too, honestly. Alright, that's good. Now, hey, be cool. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Alright, we're gonna let this sit for some time, and hopefully it breaks the chemical bond that is mating these 2 surfaces. So, in the meantime, we're gonna go ahead and do the other side. Just gonna cut that out.
Who can guess it? What happened there?
Per
Everyone's
usual.
probably like,
You guys are idiots!
you're telling her to tighten this.
I'm sorry, it's been a long day of being at home. Oh, wow. There you go. Nice. And you can just like take a flathead and put it in here and kind of pry it out. There you go.
This thing is, oh god,
Yeah.
rusty.
E-brake is down, by the way, so everything's like loose, ideally.
Yeah. What the heck?
Gotta love old cars.
I actually want to see you guys' comments.
And how dumb we are, or
No.
dumb I am.
Why you guys choose old cars?
Because they feel a lot better than new cars, and they're cooler.
I want to know their opinions. Why? No.
No? Cars are down.
Oh my god!
There you go. Alright. Okay, hopefully this one comes off with some ease. Give it a good whack. That's what we should be hoping for with the hub. but
doesn't look like
yeah.
it.
Well, it's the same thing on this side, so we're probably just gonna let it sit for a while. Alright, so we managed to get this side off, and I'll show you exactly how we did that on the other side. Okay, so what we're gonna do is, let this focus. Since it doesn't come outwards per se, we're gonna make it spin around ever so slightly by hammering one of the little, whatever you call those? One of these things, like up or down, so that it's slightly off-centered from where the hole goes into, or for where the bolts goes through, so it doesn't line up anymore. We're gonna put a bolt through there and thread it in and then torque it down so that it kind of pushes against the knuckle and out. I can do the hammering if you want, so you don't hear this. 1 sec. Okay, currently just in the process of hitting the life out of it. We got some separation from the dust shield. So once we're able to spin this around just a little bit, it'll come right off. Unfortunately, it's easier said than done. I did a lot of hammering because this thing's stupid, but we ended up getting a screwdriver behind where the threading is. So we're gonna go ahead and use a screwdriver as a block so that the threading can push the hub out. Hopefully it's
Oh, I hear it. I hear it.
okay. So hopefully tightening this bolt here will push it out. It does sound like it's going. Actually, we might have to take that out just so it levels out a little bit. But I feel like if we take it out, it'll kind of alleviate some pressure on this side, and we might be able to just hammer it off. Oh, it's going. There you go. You're so smart. There you go.
Finally.
Oh, this thing sucked.
Like you
Let's just assume nothing is easy from here on out.
Well, you can't say it's easy from here on
Okay,
out.
I'll try not to. Okay, now that we got all the rear hubs off and everything, we're gonna go ahead and slap on the 5 lug as well as new rotors and pads. So yeah, that guy just slides right on there. Just make sure it's lined up, and then I'll go ahead. I'll push it in while you thread everything in. There you go. So yeah, right there is fine for now. And then we'll do the top left one over here. I like that this is like super easy to hand twist in. Maybe. There you go. That's good. Nice. 1 down, 3 to go. Nice. Cool. All set. Get a nice pretty black rotor. And that should just slide right on there.
Which way is it?
It doesn't matter. Oh, yeah, that way, but...
This way?
Yeah. Nice. So let's get the axle nut on, which entails the big nut and then this washer behind it. So slide that on first. Yep, and then get the axle nut on there, the really big one, and just twist it on.
Wait.
So I don't have to deal with the cotter pin anymore. We just tighten it real good. Yeah, that's good enough, and then we'll just gun it. So, what we want to do is first get the caliper back on. So you want to separate these two and just kind of push them so that it goes onto the rotor.
Far it goes?
Oh, actually, no, that works actually. Let's take them out. Just let them slide out. We just want to bolt the caliper back on, so it's easier. And just slide it into place. Do you remember how it goes? So, oh.
Yeah.
So this backs out and then that slides behind in between. Alright, so this is giving us a lot of problems because the e-brake cable is pushing against us. So what we're going to do is disconnect the e-brake cable. So we're going to take a 14, we're just going to gun that off and then take the e-brake line off and it should be good to go. There you go. Slide the cable off of the caliper. There you go. Okay. Okay, got the bottom bolt mounted on. Just gotta thread it on there. Before we mount it, let's see if we can slip the rotor around There you go. Sweet. Cool. That doesn't have to be ridiculously tight or anything. Awesome. Looks good. Alright, and then we just gotta slap the brake rotor or brake pads on there, and we're done with this side. We got some EBC green stuff brake pads. Very pretty, matches the coilovers. At least the rear end is gonna look decent, right? The brake calipers are two-piece, so it's the mounting point and then this part that kind of hugs the rotor. So we just gotta take this part off. Similar concept, there's two 14s that kind of just pop off. Alright, I think that's one of them. Yep. Actually, we might have to just swivel this. So, there you go. Alright, so the brake pads, they go in between here and here, right? And obviously on the opposite side of the rotor. What this does is it pushes it so it clamps. What we gotta do first, because the old pads were a little worn out, this is already kind of pre-pushed out, so we gotta push it back into like the original state, right? These ones are a little weird. You have to kind of twist and push at the same time with some pliers. Looks like it's kind of going in. That might actually be good enough. Yeah, if anything, it looks like these calipers could use a rebuild. Cool. And let's go ahead and get the new brake pads. Let's go along the inside of the rotor like this, or of the brake caliper. And then the same for the top one. Kind of hug the rotor. So you gotta hold up that top bracket there, push it in sideways, and then bend it. There you go. And then now this guy is going to be held into place, and you should be good.
And then the
same concept, yeah. It's easiest to go sideways. So you gotta, and also you gotta kind of hold up the. See how it's kind of sloped down a little bit. So you gotta hold this guy up. Yep. Cool. And then it should hopefully kind of just slide on there. But before you do that, oh, cool. But anyway, since it's so easy, you want to get that provided lubricant and kind of get all this metal parts here, or else it'll make a really loud screeching noise. Yeah, it's a little less frustrating with cars when things go actually right. You're so delicate with that. I kind of just like.
Well, you said just the.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Or the.
You can just get all over if you want, but yeah, and then you can just go ahead and slide it back on as you did earlier, and it should be good. Nice. And then just thread those two bolts back on, and we're done with this side. There you go. And then we just get the e-brake mount on there again. There you go. Good job. It's all tightened up. We're pretty much done with this side. Also gotta just gun this real good. There you go. Torque to spec. Looks good. Good job. The wheel's gonna hold it into place once it's all tight. Looks awesome. Okay, let's get that hub on. Kind of, there's splines, so there you go. And then now you can get like the bottom left one. There you go. There you go. It's good. Now let's go ahead and get the caliper off, or the e-brake line off of the caliper. Cool. And let's go ahead and get the bottom one threaded on there. Okay, and then get the top one there. And then what do we do next? Yeah, we point. Yeah.
We point?
We point at the brake pad and hope it comes off. There you go. Okay, go ahead. Oh yeah, that's definitely how you're going. Mallet is the most important tool in your toolbox.
Yep.
So it breaks any bolt.
You're weak like me.
No. I use my mallet all the time. Quick animation showed that we forgot to put the rotor on, so we went ahead and took off the top bolt, slid it out, put it back on. Good to go. And Rizza's putting on the axle nut. Nice. That's so satisfying to me.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
There you go. Nice. That is a really nice color.
Yeah.
I might have to do this for you. This can be kind of difficult sometimes. Doesn't feel like it's going in. Which kind of sucks.
Doesn't look like it changed.
We opted with just brute force and ignorancing it. We kind of pushed it down a little bit, just enough so that we could just tap it on there with a hammer. Bit more hammering, unfortunately, and it popped on. These calipers are definitely toast and we got to replace them down the road. But for now they'll do. They will do. Sweet. Now we just gun on the axle nut and get the brake line on, or the e-brake line on. Got the cable, e-brake cable on there. It's the finished product. Looks pretty good. So with that, we're pretty much done for the day. That sucked, honestly. That was super frustrating. And unfortunately we did quite a bit off camera. How are you feeling?
Frustrated.
Yeah.
My first frustrated moment.
Yeah.
And I hope you guys see that through all the clips that he shows you, because it's the reality of it.
Yeah.
It's my first car, so...
And first car being a 240 to work on is not the best because of all the old and seized and rusty components of it. Like if this was a newer car like an FRS, this would be a breeze. But you're doing really good, okay? Frustration is gonna happen. You just gotta embrace it, take it as your own, and move on. But you know, whenever things get difficult, I'm always here to help. You're getting through it, you're trooping through. Proud of you. Alright.
We're almost at 100 subscribers!
So, that's it. Enough with the monologue. Peace. See you next time.